Right now on the PIX11 Morning News, commuters coming into the 5 boroughs from New Jersey today could test your patience. So much so, officials are urging rail riders to work from home.
Major service reductions start today on NJ Transit, and for the first time on a weekday, trains are not running directly into Penn Station. Instead, riders are being diverted where they'll need to hop on other trains, buses, and ferries to reach their destination.
Fewer trains means more crowding and already cancellations due to staffing. We have team coverage this morning tracking it all for you. PIX11 Morning News at 7 a.m. starts right now.
Live from PIX Plaza on 42nd Street, it's the PIX11 Morning News.
All right, everybody, we are looking past the United Nations in the East River right now on this Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. It is February 17th. Hopefully your morning is off to a great start. I'm Dan Manarino.
And I'm Hazel Sanchez. It might be a chaotic start for some this morning, right?
NJ Transit. I mean, that's a wake-up call if ever.
Yeah, what a mess. What a mess, right? But at least it's kind of like warmer today.
It's warmer. The tunnels are actually, you can see it with the tunnel traffic this morning. It is definitely busier because of what's to come. And we're talking about lower visibility this morning, a kind of gloomy day. Let's walk over to the wall and we'll walk and talk together because it's a type of day where I think it's going to be a mixed bag of everything. You'll get some sun. You'll also get a little rain shower activity. And then we're priming the atmosphere for another storm, unfortunately, as we go into Wednesday. 36 degrees. Hazel said it, a little bit milder in town. 34 down towards Asbury Park, 36 in the outer suburbs. It's a day where we will launch into the upper 40s. So it's not going to be a bad feeling afternoon. And you can see the numbers running anywhere from 5 to 6 degrees milder this morning in comparison to yesterday. Watch out for a little tripped up visibility. You get on 287 through White Plains, you'll see that Garden State Parkway as you get down towards Toms River exit 80 and beyond, and then you get towards the north, you're also going to see some visibility issues this morning. We are looking at dry conditions overall. There's a couple showers north of town. All the cold Arctic air is well to the north, so we're not talking Arctic air or cold, but we're talking about a mild flow because of these storms that are going to be zip lining through the area, staying to the north over the next couple of days. So here comes round 2 with the rain showers. That'll be in here as we head towards tomorrow morning's commute. Could be a steadier band of showers to go north and west of town, but nobody getting into wintry mix. We'll get up into the middle 40s this afternoon. Yes, some brightening of the skies. Today is the pick of the week, if you can believe that, because it goes all downhill from here. We'll talk more about that inside your full 7-day forecast in just a little bit. Send it back to you.
Mike, thank you very much. And at 7:02, everybody, today marks the first real test of these sweeping changes we've been talking about to New Jersey Transit Service.
Rail capacity into Penn Station slashed from 48 trains per hour to just 18. Midtown Direct trains diverted to Hoboken with cross-honoring on path, buses, and ferries.
Now, officials have been warning of crowding as staffing issues have already caused additional cancellations. We have live team coverage for you with reporters spread out across the region tracking the commute for you this morning.
But let's start with PIX11 traffic anchor Alexa Farrow with what you need to know as you head out the door. Alexa?
Another spot you can see some increased traffic is on the roads as people opt to get behind the wheel instead of take NJ Transit today. So taking a look here at how things are shaping up over the Hudson into the city. Lincoln Tunnel, the Helix is doing okay, definitely slowing down as we're seeing 20 to 25 minutes to get across the span of the Lincoln Tunnel. George Washington Bridge, 20 to 25 minutes or so over there. And the Holland Tunnel, that's your best bet right now. That's just 5 to 10 minutes. So we're going to get into the nitty gritty of it. But yes, there's only a single track between Newark and Secaucus, which means those fewer trains. So there'll be no Midtown Direct service on Morristown Line, Gladstone Branch, or the Montclair Boonton Line. And again, your Midtown Direct customers can cross on around the path, the ferry to Midtown, and your NJ Transit buses, and be prepared for increased ridership there as well. Dana Hazel, back to you.
PIX11 traffic report presented by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens.
So let's get outside, see how folks are kind of handling all of this, and go to PIX11's Giovanni Diaz. He is live for us this morning at Maplewood train station along the Morris-Essex line.
Yeah, that's one of the lines being diverted into Hoboken. Commuters there were greeted by NJ Transit President Chris Kaluri not long ago. Good morning, Gio. What did he have to say this morning?
Hey, guys. Good morning to the both of you. He's actually here to say the words straight to our audience here on PIX11. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. I understand you're here to talk with commuters this morning. What are you hearing from them?
Look, I mean, this is the first day for many people to go back to work. It's a different schedule than they're used to. but I'm very happy this morning that the trains are not as crowded as we originally feared, because I think people have heeded our warning to work from home if possible. But for many people, it's not possible, and they're here, and we're not only taking them to Hoboken, but we're cross-honoring with ferries, with PATH. There's buses there to take them to Manhattan. The most important thing I want our riders to hear is that this is a project. At the end of this project will be a brand new bridge, and that means increased reliability.
So that's what we call a necessary evil, right? Explain to us a little bit about, what goes into putting this project together and the outcome that you expect from it.
Look, I mean, for Amtrak, they've now started a 4-week project. They're going to decommission an existing bridge. They're going to existing track. They're going to do communications, signals, and wires, and multiple things that have to be done to open a brand new track on a brand new bridge, which hasn't happened in 116 years. So this is the most important thing we could do on this corridor, and all the while where trains are running right next to it. So this is a very complex project, but I'm really appreciating the patience of the people.
Yeah, one of the things that I heard from commuters is that they fear that maybe 4 weeks might be a loose deadline, right? Is there any way to guarantee that this project will be concluded in 4 weeks by March 15th?
We've said 4 weeks, and we've been planning for this for months. The only two things that can jeopardize our schedule if the weather gets really bad, and obviously we've had some very challenging weather in the last few weeks, or if there are safety issues that we need to fix. Other than that, we're going to keep working to make sure we meet the deadline.
I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much. Have a good one. And as we mentioned earlier today, the big changes now in effect are also going to impact folks at the Hoboken station. Then after that, they're going to be transferred, going to try to get to Penn Station. To understand a little bit more about how Penn Station is dealing with this overflow of commuters this morning, let's send things over to Justin Finch there. Justin, good morning to you.
Gio, good morning. Of course, a step-by-step process is happening here, but given these service disruptions to New Jersey Transit, I believe we're seeing a bit less volume here than normal at this time. What we're also seeing at Penn Station, too, are that there are riders who did not realize these changes would impact them as well.
Let's hope today's the last day for a while.
Well, guess what? You got about 26 more days of this while the repairs go on.
Hey, well, listen, if the repairs got to happen, the repairs got to happen, and I'm sure we'll make the best of it.
It's very annoying because it's making everybody's life difficult. You try to get to your job and you can't do it because this is going on. You find out things at the last minute and you're like, what are you supposed to do?
The start of a new normal here at New York Penn Station. Some riders taking note of required service cuts as crews work on the new Portal Bridge. That's leaving thousands of NJ Transit riders adjusting to a new AM commute, with service now slashed into Penn Station to only 18 trains per hour, down from 48. Trains between Newark and Secaucus now limited to single tracking, and Midtown direct trains are now diverting to Hoboken Terminal, with PATH trains now cross-honoring NJ Transit ticket and pass holders. The New Jersey Transit president, he is asking for everyone to just be patient here. And back live, we're going to see just what modes of transportation these riders settle on over the next few days, because we know here at Penn Station that PATH staff as well as Port Authority police, they are bracing for crowds to be here and other key choke points over the next several weeks here. We know one of those choke points, of course, will be Hoboken Terminal, where Julie Millay is live and watching things as they happen there across the river. Julie, what are you seeing?
Well, right now, Justin, I'm telling you, we know Hoboken Terminal is very busy. I lived in Hoboken for a long time. I took the PATH train from here every single day. It gets to be very busy, about 200,000 riders on an average weekday. They are expecting thousands more to be taking the PATH train with all these changes. They're adding more trains to try to account for that. I will say right now, it looks about average. That's what workers here are telling me too. Right now, it doesn't look too crazy. However, there is a level of frustration here already from some passengers, including this one woman I just spoke with who said her commute's not changing, but her husband's commute now includes, listen to this, 5 trains and buses.
He has to take the bus to Newark Penn Station, and then when he gets off at Newark Penn Station, he has to take the PATH train to Journal Square, then get off and take the next PATH train from Journal Square to 33rd Street, and then take the MTA train all the way to Jamaica, Queens.
Oh, that sounds like such a haul. How many, is that 5 trains?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How does he
and
feel?
the bus.
And 5 trains and a bus?
He's not very pleased.
I wouldn't be very pleased either. Can you imagine having to do that every day for a month? She says his commute will take now more than 3 hours to get to and from home. Here inside Hoboken Terminal, there's folks inside with giant signs directing people that are unfamiliar with how to get on these alternate modes of transportation, because of course once they get here to Hoboken, they can take this PATH train or an NJ Transit bus. There's added buses. There's also added ferries here to try to account for all the extra people that are going to be coming through here. Now we know this is expected to last for about a month. Some commuters saying the start of it really not making them confident for the rest of this month.
Over the weekend, I was trying to get into the city, and literally I waited at Penn Station for like 45 minutes before finding out that I was going to be routed to Hoboken to then have to like turn around and jump into the city. That's not a commute, that's traveling.
And as we've been talking about all morning, they are cross-honoring here on the PATH, on the buses, on the ferries. You heard the New Jersey Transit president talking there with Gio and saying he just hopes everyone is patient and works to find their new normal. I would love to hear what he has to say to the woman whose husband now has to take 5 trains to get to work. But people here are making it work, and we're going to stay on top of it to let you know how things are looking out here. We're live outside Hoboken Terminal. I'm Julie Millay, PIX11 News.
5 trains, that sounds brutal.
Yeah.
Feel for that guy. All right, Julie, thank you. And we, of course, have live team coverage throughout the morning tracking any potential disruptions.
We stay with PIX11 both on air, streaming on PIX11 Plus, and online at PIX11.com. I hope Chris Calori brought some coffee for those folks over at the Maplewood train station this morning, right?
Maybe some donuts, too.
Exactly. All right, 7:12, everybody. And in some other breaking news this morning, pioneering civil rights leader Jesse Jackson has died at the age of 84.
His family says the Reverend died peacefully this morning. We're going to take a look back at his life and legacy this hour in a full report.
Plus, it was a matter of life or death. A troubling fire investigation underway in Queens after a raging fire kills an elderly man. What the FDNY is now saying slowed down their response.
But first, let's get another check on that commuter forecast with meteorologist Mike Vasco.
All right, we're dodging a little raindrop action. There's some fog out there in some of the roadways, Hazel. It's 36 degrees to start your morning commute. Lots to get excited about today. We're going to 48 degrees. I think some spots south and west of the city will get to 50. But it comes at a cost, and it's showers and a parade of storms in the 7-day forecast. Let's talk about it coming up after the break.